We are doing a big ride today. The goal is 100 miles. I don't know if we're gonna get that far, to be honest with you, but we're gonna do our best. We're gonna go all the way to West Seattle this morning and then turn around and go back east to Issaquah and Redmond, all the way back to UW. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're just gonna play it by ear and go as far as we can go. About 100 miles is the goal. Let's see if we can get it. We are 1/3 of the way in, 33 and a half miles. Vibes are still pretty high, actually. It's a little cloudy now, unfortunately, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm running out of sunscreen, so yeah, good vibes. We'll see how it goes. Miles in, let's go. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 100. I'm feeling pretty tired, but we're at least going to go 85 all the way back to the start point because we cut out some miles through the middle. But if I'm feeling it, I'll bike all the way home and that should take me about to 100, but I don't know if I'm feeling it today. We're gonna try our best. We're gonna try to make it to Merrimore Park, which is in another 15-ish miles before our next big break. But yeah, we're good vibes. Still a little cloudy, but we're on a good little stretch of downhill now, so taking it easy while we can and yeah, enjoying it while it lasts. All right, last big rest stop of the day. 65 miles in, 2/3 done out of 100, but I don't think we're gonna get to 100. I'm gonna try to make it 85 and then take the train home. If it's running, we'll see. Well, let's go, last stretch. Back at UW station, as I predicted, no Century today. We got 89 miles in today though. Look at the stats. It's up there. Honestly, absolutely killer ride. I think we hit all of the best spots in Seattle, which I don't think I've done that in one ride before, so mission accomplished in that. Very cool today, and to think it's not even June yet, it's only May. I think the season's gonna be a blast. I don't know if I'll be able to get a Century in this summer, but yeah, pretty pleased with 89 miles in May, I can't lie. Check out the link in the description for the route if you want it, and let me know if you use it or if it's any help to you. That's it for today. See you in a minute. An absolutely picture perfect day out in Seattle today. Chris and I are out here on the last day of May. I can't believe it's already June tomorrow, but we're out here near Seward Park, which is right next to Lake Washington, which is right on the other side of the camera over there. Behind us is Lake Washington Boulevard, where they have what the city calls bicycle weekends. Bicycle weekends, they started a few years ago where they closed down a portion of Lake Washington Boulevard, which runs on the west side of the lake, to allow pedestrians and bikes to run around without having to worry about getting run over. So great vibes out here, a lot of people biking. Yeah, we're only in May and I feel like this is like peak Seattle summer. It's like 70 something degrees outside. If you're in Seattle and if you're looking for a place to just come hang out outside and not have to deal with like parking and all that crazy business, this is the place to be. There's a bunch of street parking along Lake Washington Boulevard. You can't drive directly on it, but there's tons of parking over there. We literally parked less than a block just behind us that way. So I just saw earlier, yesterday I went on a fat bike ride. So yeah, I'm pretty tired from that. I'm surprisingly not too sore anywhere. Like I have a little bit of stiffness in my back, but it's really It's really not that bad. Like, I was anticipating maybe not being able to get out of bed this morning, but I was totally fine. And since it's so beautiful, I decided to hop on the bike again. It was a little hard to get on. My ass is on fire. So it took a little bit of time to get back on and get comfortable in the saddle, but it's only, I think, 3 miles from the house. While I was filming content yesterday on the bike ride, one thing that I was thinking about was how far I've come in terms of recording content and making content while being around other people. I think one of the things that have been stopping me from doing vlogging and video and also just creating at the best of my ability is just because I felt cringe to do so. I think cringe is a very popular word in the modern lexicon. I think it's a word that's used so often because I think people feel it both personally and secondhand looking at other people making content. And I'm sure as I record this, there are people around me. There's plenty of people around, right? There's people biking over on the road, and I'm sure they look at me and they cringe, right? And to be honest, I don't think I would have been able to make any of this content that I'm making right here in this spot right now just a few months ago, just because it's just so hard to pull out the camera and know that other people can listen in on you and that they can see you and they don't know what your intentions are, and you can make people nervous with a camera, right? So there's just all these things that go on in my mind when I pull out a camera. The longer that I do this, the more that I realize that, yeah, as much as I can do this at home, make content and talk at home, every time I don't make content and vlog on a beautiful day like this that I want to remember is a moment that I don't get to capture again. You can't recreate these moments no matter how hard you try. I think capturing it in the moment is something that is just irreplaceable. And in order to do that, I need to just get over it and just make the content that I want to make and pull out the camera when I want to. Yeah, the first time I pulled out my camera out in public, it was actually right near here, a few blocks from here, and I purposefully chose a secluded area in the park so that nobody would see me or hear me. But even then, there would be people walking on the sidewalk maybe a few hundred feet away, and I would get just so nervous and self-conscious. And I'm realizing that the more that I do this, even in the confines of the house, but just getting more comfortable with talking to the camera and realizing that there is no judgment to that. Like, there's really nothing wrong with that. It's given me a lot more power and to keep doing it and not let the fear take over. And I think that's a big lesson in vlogging, but also just in life too. The more that I decide to live freely and to not worry about people's judgment or perception of what I'm doing, as long as I know that in my head I'm doing it for all the right reasons and I'm not trying to disturb anybody or anything like that, the more freeing it is. It just liberates me to do what I want in my own life, in my vlogging life, but also just for everyday life too. Yeah, and I think over the past 6 months, there's been something really liberating and really freeing that has come along with this vlogging stuff. So if you have the itch to create and are not doing so because you feel cringy or you're afraid that other people are gonna think that you're cringe, I'd encourage you to create anyway. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I do cringe when I watch these back and I edit on my computer. I mean, the editing part is what takes the longest, right? This takes 10 minutes to record and it takes 30 minutes to an hour to edit, and so here I have to go and watch me stumble over my words for an hour, and this is probably only going to be, I don't know, like a 2 to 3 minute talking segment, but in reality I would have been talking to the camera for 15 to 20 minutes just to get 2 to 3 minutes of usable content out of it. And so trust me, I cringe when I'm editing it, and I'm sure I'll cringe when I look at my old vlogs one day as well. And I'm realizing that in order to grow, you have to be uncomfortable, and that might be different things to some people. For me, it was me versus myself. I think as long as you express yourself the way that you want to, the growth will come, whether it's personal, creative, or otherwise. So for me, part of me cannot wait to watch back some of my first vlogs a year from now, a couple years from now, and cringe the hell out of it, because that means that I pushed through and that I got better. But yeah, that's all I got for this week's vlog. Thanks for watching. As always, I hope you guys keep creating and you're able to express yourself the way that you want to. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.